I was beginning in London or something, so I actually took it into them and gave it to somebody. And then, later that evening, because it was a current news story, later that evening, I watched a preview of what was coming up in the news later, and they showed a clip of it from the footage of the speedboat chase. And then I watched the entire news bulletin, which was 1 hour long, and they didn't use the video. Anyway, so I waited for my payment of £500, and nothing arrived in the post. So eventually, after about a week, I contacted them and I said, look, where's the money for the video clip? And they said, we didn't use it. And I said, hang on a minute, what do you mean? They said, we had to drop the story. And I said, well, actually, yes, it's true you didn't use it in the main bulletin, but I saw it myself in the preview of what was coming up in the news. And then they quickly, I don't know if it was an oversight or what it was, but as soon as I pointed that out, and they checked their records of their videotape, and they said, oh, yes, you can, yes, we'll send you the money, which they did immediately. So maybe I don't know if it's a related case or not, really. But whether that's an oversight, I don't know. But their attitude was, as soon as I pointed out the mistake, the money was in the post, the check was in the post, and I got it maybe 2 days later. So I think this is the way to make sure that you don't attract negative publicity. Settle these things immediately in the way which most people will think is the right way. And I would say if they've used somebody's footage, well, it should be paid for.
Yes, I think there's quite a contrast of the word attitude of these two different TV stations, because with this guy, Wang Guangzhong, this freelancer, the attitude he got from CCTV is just, it's outrageous. Because first of all, there was that 5-minute long conversation with the so-called intern after he brought the subject up of plagiarism. And then later on, Wang called again another day and asked for 25,000 yuan as compensation, but was refused. And then he also said that he's been threatened and has been the threat was that he was going to be investigated for fraud and would never have the chance to work with CCTV again to continue spreading this information on this case. This is according to Wang himself.
If this were true.
And this is something that I think a lot of publishers or whoever is coming up with content and has been plagiarized or so-called used by CCTV without giving compensation, this is the part that they're afraid of for standing up to protect their own rights, because they might never get to work with CCTV, that is the biggest TV station in this country.
But why would they work with them again anyway if they weren't paid? So no one would work for nothing, would they?
Because here CCTV assumes that, at least the people who did that or said that assumed that because it's the best or largest or most powerful TV station in China, that everybody should be willing and happy and lining up to be on and work with them.
I think this is something that in the early days of our careers, or mine anyway, when I was in my early 20s and had newly become involved with radio and TV broadcasting, of course I'd be willing to do things for nothing. But I mean, there comes a time when if you're a photographer or videographer like this man, presumably there comes a time when you've got bills to pay and it's business, it's a business that he's running. You can't run a business by giving things away. I mean, not all the time. You can do it as a loss leader to attract new business, of course. This reminds me